Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the featherweight bout between Charles Jourdain versus Lando Vannata at featherweight. I feel like Vannata's at his right weight class. I feel like for a long time he's been fighting above his weight class. I feel like with 45 in his weight class, I might even remember him fighting those 135, but don't quote me on that. But I definitely know 155 was not his actual weight class. I know he fought at a smaller weight class prior to coming to UFC, but he stepped in on short notice, had some success with Tony Ferguson, who at that time was one of the best lightweights actively and whatnot of all time, et cetera, et cetera. So stepping on short notice, had good work with him. Then, he had a good follow. I mean, he lost the fight, but then he had a good fight after that. And then he's like, hey, I like this weight class. And then, like that, he ended up fighting a long time in a weight class that's not his best weight class. Now I feel like he's at his best weight class. Maybe a little bit too late, maybe this, maybe that, but there's something to throw in there. And yeah, you got someone else doing that too. What's his name? Chris. Yeah, forgetting names right now, but whatever the case may be, it's besides the point. I think with this one, Chris Curtis, yeah, he's fighting really a middleweight, but fighting at matter of fact, really a welterweight, but he's fighting at middleweight because he's having success at middleweight, so he's sticking at middleweight when actually his weight class has been welterweight. So he's fighting above the weight class because that's where he came in on short notice, having success sticking there. But yeah, but with this one, I feel like close matchup really on paper in general. It's a close matchup, it's a tight matchup, and you try to find a weaker area of either guy. And I feel the weakest area that's most exposed, and I feel that the other guy could take advantage of, falls in Jourdain's side. Jourdain has some questionable wrestling defense. I think like 45 or 40. Gave up like 5, 6 takedowns against Andre Philly. Andre Philly's a solid guy, especially wrestling defensive wise. But offensively, Andre Philly's wrestling offense ain't nothing phenomenal. Also, given the fact that he lost to Michael Johnson, whose wrestling defense has been one of his weaker areas. So just a mention there. But I'm not saying Andre Philly has poor wrestling offense. I'm just saying it's not. No guy usually getting taken down 5, 6 times by. That's questionable. Desmond Green took him down like 4 or 5 times as well. And a lot of people just take him down. Like, and I think he gave him a takedown. Somebody he should not have given him a takedown too. So 40% takedown. Questionable grappling. Got submitted by Julian Rosa. I'm not saying that Julian Rosa guy you shouldn't get, man. You shouldn't be getting submitted by Julian Rosa. So I'm not saying his grappling is bad, but it's like I said, somebody could be good. They could be world class to be NBA, but like even NBA, like I said, this guy, it should not be a guy that should be busting jumpers on you from midpoint. Like he should not be busting 3-pointers on you. Like he's good, but he's not this guy. You shouldn't be one of the guys that should be busting jumpers on you. That's a bad look. That was not to say that you ain't this, you ain't that, but it's not somebody you should be considered by. I feel like Vannata's grappling just as good, if not better than the Rosas. Wrestling definitely better than the Rosas. I feel like for the most part, Charles Jourdain did mostly kicks, and then his striking options are very limited and very telegraphed. But a lot of jumping and kicking. That's really his whole offense. And last fight for the bantamweight, who with one-dimensional bantamweight for the most part, and he just followed the same exact blueprint. So I can't be all that impressed. You literally saw a blueprint. You followed. You took out his legs, and then you just started to dominate him. So all he did was what everybody else did that beat him. So yeah, with this one, I feel like Vannata could get some takedowns on Jourdain in a close fight. I'm not gonna say he's submissive. I feel like he get some takedowns, get some decent control out there. It's a very competitive fight, and I feel like without his hands will be a big factor as well. I feel like they both can do some pretty flashy kicks. I'll probably say Jourdain definitely had the better kicks and definitely more fluidity and definitely more variety with his kicks, but still heavily reliant on kicks. I feel like Vannata's hands can mix it up, his boxing can mix it up, and be to touch Jourdain to that body, touch Jourdain up top, get those hands down even lower, and try to start to bring things up top. And, play that range a little bit, play the little high-low with him a little bit, and get some takedowns, get some shots up top. Still a very competitive fight. Both guys definitely fighting competitively, but I feel Vannata could eke it out with the wrestling over a guy who, I'm not saying Vannata's the most amazing wrestler either, but clearly Jourdain, I feel like his wrestling defense stands out as a pretty much weaker in the area where I feel like Vannata can capitalize on in a close fight to get his hand raised. Probably get like 3 takedowns in there. And like I said, relatively competitive fight. So in this fight, I got Lando Vannata via decision.